Alright, thank you for joining us. This is the first chapter of Kenril on Kenril's Media Services and Project Management. Today we are interviewing someone who is multi-talented, multifaceted. He's a very special friend, and today I'm pleased to be interviewing Mr. Jamal Philip. Jamal, thank you for having us at your home.
It's my pleasure having you.
So Jamal, once again, we're really happy to be here interviewing you. So why don't you tell us about yourself? Tell us, who is Jamal?
Jamal, that's me. I first of all, I must let the public know that I'm totally blind. I was blind at the age of 3 due to the cause of cancer, retinoblastoma to be specific. That was cancer that they found in the eyes, and the eyes had to be removed in order to stop the spread of the cancer. I live life as a normal person. I went to school. I've been to primary school. I've been to secondary school, and I'm currently a teacher at the moment, working with blind and visually impaired students, teaching them how to use the computer. And on that note, I must mention that I am a computer tech, if I should put it in such a way. I fix and repair computers, and I'm very skillful in that area under any category as it relates to computer science.
Cool, very interesting. This is really interesting. Tell us a little about growing up. What was growing up like for you, growing up to be blind?
Well, growing up as a blind person was not really much of a challenge as it relates to society, really, because I was not treated directly with any stigmatism per se. I went to school normal. I had peers. I did everything as a young child would do at that time, and I never felt left out. I always was a determined person. I always want to do what I believe I could do, and I never doubt myself, really. There were times it would come to a point whereby I would encounter some of my limitations, and I would say, okay, well, I wish I could have seen, but that will only last for a short while. But life on a whole is normal for me, and was normal and still is normal for me.
A lot of people who will look at this video will say he's a genius, and I would say the same thing, that you're a genius. Tell me, what motivates you to accomplish great things in life?
Well, as I told you, I am a person that is very determined, and I tend to believe that sometimes, because me being a blind person, I tend to think sometimes that persons would look at me as someone that is not capable of a lot of regularities, if I may put it like that. A lot of people tend to have the belief that blind persons are limited so much that they are dependent on a lot of persons to help them out in almost every areas of their life, and my determination built upon that, coming to terms to show people that I'm not this kind of a person, even if I am blind. If I'm set out to do something, I make sure that I give it my best shot in order to achieve it, really.
Yeah. So tell us about your new project. You have developed your new internet station. Tell us about that. What motivated you to start a radio station which goes by the name GR Positive Radio? Tell us a little about that.
GR Positive Radio Now, GR Positive Radio means Jamal and Rachel Positive Radio, right? The short is just JR. And this radio station I started this radio station in February of this year, 2012. And the reason for this is, well, I've been baptized last year, November. And going to church, and I was questioning myself and trying to find a way as to how I should spread the gospel. I mean, me as a blind person, I mean, I can't, say, okay, well, I could just go places here and there and just minister to people like that. But I just wanted to do some ministering of the gospel. And it just dawned on me that, using my skills that the Lord has provided me with, I think it would be a good thing if I organize an online radio station. Because I'm a lover of music, right? Ever since I had like positive music with positive messages. And I've liked gospel music. And I said to myself, because I'm a lover of music and I have enough gospel music, I always download and listen to gospel music. I say, okay, you know what? I find I should find a way to share this with other Christians. So really and truly, the purpose of the radio station is to broadcast the gospel, positive music, and entertainment. Everything of a clean and positive nature. So technically, I'm just showing the world how I'm having fun in the Lord as a blind person.
Right. Jamal, I'm really amazed at you, and I know a lot of people who will look at this video will be even more amazed. And this is to show people that even though you may have a disability, you can't allow that to keep you from acquiring your dreams. For once you think it, you can do it, because the power is in your mind. The power lies within you. Tell me, how far do you want GR Positive Radio to reach? How far do you want it to reach?
Well, as far as it could reach, my brother. Because GR Positive Radio is dedicated to the world.
Yeah.
So, the more listeners tune in, is the better for GR Positive Radio.
Mm-hmm. So tell us about the programming. What are some of the programs people tuning into GR Positive Radio? What can be the expectations?
All right. Well, GR Positive Radio is still in development stage as it stands. So for now, we have the majority of programming is 24-hour streaming gospel and positive music, right? And the program we have within that range thus far, we have a spiritual message at the top 6 every weekdays at the top 6 in the PM, and that is where I would get audio contents from various pastors, and I would broadcast it. And I would choose the messages specifically because I wanted to be, spirit uplifting. I wanted to have a positive message as it relates to the gospel, and it would bring the message clear, right? Mm-hmm. I also have Bible reading every weekdays 7 o'clock in the morning. Right, and I have audio Bible. So I don't have anybody reading the Bible live. I have audio Bible, and I would select books and chapters from various books in the Bible to be aired on the particular time.
Right.
Right. I also have on Saturday morning from 10 a.m. we have kids time. So even the kids have a part, you know, of GR Positive Radio. We have music, godly music for the kids to listen to. We have the alphabet, you know, so that they would learn the alphabet and even learn to count and all those kind of things. Sometimes I have various little kid stories that they would listen to, and you know, just to treat their little brains from young as the way to go to serve the Lord. I also have Caribbean gospel. So we have the different genres of music. We have the gospel reggae. For those of those who like the gospel reggae, we have everything within that Caribbean gospel show is broadcast. All various types of music broadcasting the gospel. And I am specifically I am a lover of Caribbean gospel, because I tend to be a lot patriotic.
Right. So very soon you will have another interesting program on your station. It's called Commanding Your Morning. Tell us about that.
Well, Commanding Your Morning, that's a program that I have in the pipeline, and there isn't anything much to say on it other than the fact that it would be something interesting, intriguing, and inspiring, even uplifting.
Right.
So I would after this interview, obviously you guys would get the link and be tuned in to hear the update on that program. That program would be talking about is more or less a motivational program.
Right.
It would tend to you know, uplift people. Some people, you know, you have a lot of young people these days that they are so astray, and they don't. I mean, sometimes they try to get into the gospel and to get to following Jesus, but they just can't find the right way of doing that. Commanding Your Morning is responsible for those kind of things. It would be a very intriguing program. So there's a lot more to be said on that program.
As a young man with a disability, what encouragement, what words of encouragement and empowerment would you like to impart to persons listening to you right now?
Well, first I would say that nothing, absolutely nothing is impossible with God. So if that is the case, disability or no disability doesn't even fit in the picture. Whether you're blind, whether you're dumb, you can't hear, whatever the case, once you are set out to do something and you are following God's way, you can do it. And I am speaking not just because it is the right thing to say or it is just good words of encouragement, but it is experience from my part.
I have a really serious and important question to ask you, right? Because we are Christians and we live in a Christian society, and many times people tend to believe that the days of miracles and signs and wonders is over it. Is over with. As a Christian, do you believe that even though you're blind, that you can receive your sight again?
Certainly. Which brings me back to what I said earlier. Nothing is impossible with God. Nothing whatsoever.
Yeah. Because we serve a God of impossibilities who makes every impossible situation possible. Yeah?
Sure.
So right now what we're going to do, we're going to take a tour to look at you in the studio with your operations, to see how you operate your station and so on. Yeah?
I record this for myself with Adobe 1.5. In my life before, I've been through a lot. Background vocals is me. I didn't know what to do. In my life before, I've been through a lot. I didn't know what to do. I was wrapped up in my thoughts. There were some times in life I swear I would have died. I didn't realize that Jesus was standing by my side. I'm living in Jesus. I just want the world to see I'm living in Jesus. Jesus is so good to me. I was living in a world of sin. Every day of my life I was going deep within. But there was a point in life I made up my mind. I thank you, Jesus, for saving me.